Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to this week's episode of Recap. I'm your boy, Shaka Brody, and welcome everybody on Instagram. Welcome everybody on Twitch. Good to see you. But as always, if you're not able to catch the show live, you can catch us on YouTube at Hat-Club. Be sure to subscribe to us, which is a fancy word for follow, and give us a like if you like what you see. Very lively chat today. I love to see it just because obviously we got the cattle pack to talk about today. But hey, I want to see what's going on with everybody else. JM1620, what's going on? Black Nimbus, the amazing Vela, Elk Dot, Yodi Fitted's in the house. I love it. My name is Eric, third in line, James Grambo, Flashfire, Croats 10, Dragon 89, Yoda, Kicks in EDC, Vengeful Spectre, Asher Basher 1996, CG691, Johnny Hustle, David Kearns, Ola Bode, what's up? Polo Gary, hey, haven't seen you in a bit. Who else we got here? Main events, what up? Actually, speaking of main events, I got something to say about that here. Once we really get going here. Have you seen Jay? Slick Melks 11, but of course, I never do this show alone. Got to bring in my wingman, Teferi Taylor. What is up?
What's going on, Ben? What's up, chat? How you guys feeling? Heard you guys were looking forward to this episode. I promise you, after today, there will be no more cow jokes, but I'm got to get them all in right now, guys. I got to get them all in. How you been, Ben? How you been doing, brother?
I've been good. Kind of interesting that we're doing the show on Monday, but obviously it's because Austin is currently in Arizona. I'm flying to Arizona on Wednesday. I'll be there Thursday as well. So that's why we're doing the show early this week. So don't worry, we'll back to the normal schedule next Wednesday. So nothing to freak out over.
1000%. But for those of you that liked hats enough to join us on Monday, we appreciate you. We love you. And if you like hats, this is still the show for you, even though it's on a Monday. Exactly. You definitely came to the right place. Chat, like Ben said, is lively. Elk Dot, what's going on? JM, my guy, what's up? Black Nimbus, I think this is my first time of you actually saying something to me, but hello. How are you? My name is Eric, what's going on? Asher, what's going on, my guy? Have you seen Jay? We will talk about main events that happened this past week. Certainly will. CG, what's going on? The Fit Doctor, Kicks in EDC, blessings, thank you. Excited to be here. This is a great night. And speaking of great nights, you know, there's things that we have on our sites that are called
Site Sleepers.
We're gonna find like new ways to just make up the
cram it in there.
Good intros, yeah. Gotta make it sound like it's not awkward, but it low-key kind of is. But gonna go ahead and get my screen up so we can show you guys some really cool stuff.
Bring it on, man.
Good evening. So, all right, guys. So welcome to Hat Club's website. If you've never been, if you're new here, this banner has a lot of cool things, like things we have upcoming, like the cattle pack, which we'll be talking about tonight. Next up, we have things that maybe have released recently. Feel Great pack. We talked about this last week. Good adjustables, as well as some fitteds in there from a certain team from the Toronto Canadian region, if you will.
First place in the Atlantic Division, baby, Toronto Maple Leafs.
Put some respect on the Maple Leafs, man. I'm not talking about syrup, but
it's our year, baby. It's our year.
So definitely would like to say like big shouts out to you guys for continuing to support us. But let's see here. I'm trying to see why my little bar is stuck.
Oh God, no.
Yeah, restream is restreaming. Let's do stop sharing real quick. And
I'll bring it back up again once you put it back up on the screen here.
Yeah, it's like something weird's going
on.
I'm
gonna blame it on the fact that it's Monday and things are a little bit buggy today for some weird reason.
Very, very, very buggy for some weird reason. But Ben, let me check something real quick. I'm gonna hop out and then I'm gonna hop back in. Give me 2 seconds.
No worries. I'll keep you guys entertained in the meantime. Actually, I'll give you guys the news in regard to main event.
Actually, it looks like I came back, Ben. It looks like
we're good. Be continued.
To be continued. Let's see if we'll hit the share button and let's see if Restream will be gracious with us this good time. All
Come on, Restream. Don't fuck with us.
Come on, Restream. You can do it.
Hey, there we go.
All right, perfect. So, guys, if you're new to the Hat Club website, we know we go through this, but for those of you that are new joining us, this banner shows you all the new and upcoming things and stuff that may have released recently. If you want to check out what's new, you can always tap the new hyperlink up top, or if not, you can go to the new arrivals tab, which is what we will do right here. So first up, we'll go to new arrivals. Let's see here. Come on, website. There we go.
Hey.
For new arrivals, and something that I did want to cover, and I know I'm going to make Austin proud with this, is a spring mystery box. So if you guys remember, I think either earlier this year or late last year, we did something similar to this with a mystery box where it was hats that had released, I think, within a certain period of time, and you had a chance to get a new hat. So kind of bringing a similar thing back. For the description, you could check it out. It says each box comes with 3 new Era 5950 exclusive fitted hats. Sorry, our A-frame crowd, and 3 exclusive pins. I know a lot of you guys have been asking about pins. This is an opportunity for you. It's a limited run. Grab one in your size before they're gone. So right now we have a full size run. So you select your size, you add it to cart, and then you pay for it like a regular hat purchase from the website. And in all red, because I want to make sure that this is clear, all sales are final and there are no returns or exchanges. So
that is correct. And then more importantly, so the way that it's a task to fill the mystery box, it of course is the guys in the warehouse that are going through picking a new hat, picking an older hat, picking a like kind of a middle of the road time drop hat. And this is actually the news I wanted to get to in regard to the mystery, or not the mystery pack, the main event, but it does have to do with the mystery pack. So we obviously go through bot orders. It may not seem like it. It's also been a while since we've really had to have the customer service team do it. But main event was one of those collections that dropped and sold out pretty quick. So our customer service team was like Johnny on the spot and took care of a lot of the bot orders for that. As many as we could find. That's probably the more specific thing I need to share. As many as we could find. So, because in the past, anytime we do a bot cancellation, we'll wait a few days, throw the hats back up on the website, and bots will occasionally still scoop them up. And so we're basically just in this never-ending cycle of just like cancel, put them on the website, cancel, put them on the website, etc. Well, we found an easy solution to bypass that. And starting tomorrow, with the mystery box, we will have select mystery boxes filled with some of the main event hats. So this is going to start tomorrow. So keep your eyes and ears open for the notification that will say when we're going to start doing this. And then, yes, the mystery boxes from that point forward until they're gone will have some of the main event hats inside of them.
Now, Ben, I'll ask you a question I'm sure our viewers are going to ask us at some point. Will there be another notification that will let buyers know that, there's no more stock of the cancel bot order, or basically no more stock of the main event hats left? Or is that just something that we're just going to let run until the mystery box promo goes away?
I think we're just going to let it run until the mystery box promo goes away. Nobody has said anything in regard to, I'll say this, like there's not a lot. I think it's like 15 or so. So just to kind of give you a number. Now, that's not the entire stock of the canceled main event pack hats. That's just a select amount that we're doing for the mystery box.
Got it.
The other canceled bot orders we're saving for a very specific event.
I wonder what that event could possibly be.
I'll be honest, I don't know yet. I just know it's going to be sometime in the not too distant future.
Got you. Well, yeah, guys. So even though you may not have been jonesing for the main event pack, but you feeling pretty lucky, may want to play you're not too bold enough to play the numbers, but you're bold enough to buy a mystery box, then this is certainly an item that I think is a site sleeper and something you want to pay attention to. Like we were talking about last week, we have the field grade hats in the snapback formats, or the adjustable formats, to be more general and accepting of all adjustables, not just snapbacks. And we have our 5950s here as well. So we have our A-frames here. We have the field grade collabs up here that we went over, as well as the real tree. And that I'm kind of curious to see how much of the real tree we have left. Wow. So that's
I'm pretty impressed by how well those have been doing.
Yeah. So if you are a 6, a 7, 8, and a 7, then you still have time to get a real tree Toronto Maple Leafs hat. And for those that ask, please remember that real trees are all unique hats. So each hat will look different because of the position and placement of the camo. So very interesting, very, very cool hat. That was definitely something that caught my eye. Let's look at this one. And this one, not as cooked as the other, but still some decent sizes. So broken sizes here. So if you're 6 and 7, 8 through 7.5, there's definitely still some left of the other variant. There still seems to be There's no sold out because, again, A-frames are adjustable, so we don't price them by sizing or price them by the sizes we have left. So if you are an A-frame aficionado, definitely go grab you some. We did go through the entire exhaustive clip that Ben talked about, which was essentially the black and white A-frames.
Oh, yeah.
So a lot of good ones that were here, very solid everyday wears. Let's, like, just look at one of these. I don't know why I clicked on the Phillies. Oh, I didn't click on the Phillies. So I can click on the Braves.
That would have been sacrilege.
It would have been sacrilegious, especially when we beat their ass like last week. But anyway, we have
congratulations, by the way.
Very much so. We're starting to trend in the right direction. I'm liking how the team's looking. But in other words, even if the Braves aren't your team, we have plenty of options in the black and white A-frames. We have this Atlanta Braves. It's off. This was optic white, Ben, or was it off white? I just make sure I'm not.
That is the chrome white.
The chrome white. Okay, so it's this chrome white. So off white for those that don't know the GCP as well as me and Ben do. But it's definitely, we have that. It's a black top visor, black button, gray UV, and for the most part, all of the hats have the same type of features, just different teams across them. Tonal New Era, black adjustable snap feature. All of these, I believe, were made in China. Very good, solid everyday wears. If you're just trying to break into the 940 area, this is a great place to start. Really good representation and diversity on the teams. Another hat that kind of surprised me with how quickly it was going was this Angels, the coral color. Haven't really seen us dabble around in a lot of colors like this since really, I think, either Building Blocks in our previous collaborations with J-Tip. So it was really cool to see.
I agree with that.
Us kind of playing with those colors again. That ghost green, so kind of reminding us a little bit of that Seattle from the horror pack a while back. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. But I really, really like how this came together. I like the gray UV. I like the choice of essentially, like, I call it like more of a ghost green. Yeah, it's not really a seafoam. I'd say it's more of kind of like a ghost green. Details here of the front logo and side patch. Really good 50th. I mean, it's the Angel Disney logo with the 50th. It doesn't get any better than that. So if you are 7 1/8, hurry on down to the new arrival section and go ahead and pick you up one, because that's literally the last size left.
James Granbo said the same thing last week. Kind of gives like a reverse watermelon in a sense.
Yeah, not really good call out on that, Granbo. And obviously we got some more, Louis V's, excuse me, here that are available.
Oh, you're right the first time.
So if you guys are looking to get those in the A-frame variant, we certainly have those for you. I'm not going to click on the Dodgers because I don't want a whole slew of boos, but some of the hats, some of the variety pack hats that we've had, I will click on it just because I want to stir the pot. Full size run, it looks like, on the Los Angeles Dodgers Showtime patch hat. I actually would like to see a Showtime just as a front logo as a plain Jane. I think that would actually be really interesting.
I don't disagree with that, actually. I think it would be interesting.
Yeah, I feel like we've done the same thing with the anime characters, so I'm just kind of curious to see how it will look. I think it would look kind of similar to this Dodgers logo, like the one that we said that we really liked, in the sense of just the style of it. But I would just want to see what the sizing and everything like that would look like. But really good traditional LA Dodgers with the Showtime side patch. Another Dodgers hat, that stone red combination right there. And then I know this is probably going to make Austin back of Austin's neck itch when I click on this New York Yankees hat, but another good one, another good classic, a cool fashion, if you will. If you are a size 7, we still got that there for you. I didn't think this was going to cook this quickly, but shouts out to you guys for cooking it.
And I'm still mad that I didn't buy one in my size.
Listen, it's a great, and I feel like with crowns like that, they come around every now and again. So I wouldn't be surprised if it restocks, like, maybe middle of the summer or something like that. Still have some watercolor camos left over. So if you didn't have a chance to get those, definitely go check those out. And I think for the most part,
actually, I'm curious, the Hartford Whalers that we had up a little bit higher, what sizes do we still have left in that?
I can double check that for you. Quick at wow. So that one is almost cooked as well. So
I'm fucked. I was gonna wait till Wednesday when I get into town to buy it, to like try on a 3/8, and nope, just completely shot myself in the foot twice.
Yes. The as the unofficial sponsor of the San Jose hats, if you have not gotten your hat for Shark Week, we got you covered here with this San Jose Sharks hat, which is also pretty cooked as well. A fifth season side patch, which I think is relatively new. I think we normally use the 10th or the Stanley Cup. So this one is a relatively new side patch that we're using. So if you're a 7 through a 7 3/8, off-white crown, black top visor, and a teal button. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. If you got the Wave Runners, this probably might be a hat that you want to have, the Yeezy 700s, if you will. But I think for the most part, if you are things that you don't want to, we didn't cover here and you'd like to tell us about, please leave us a comment or DM us in between episodes. We like talking about hats, so that doesn't bother us too much. And a thing that I would like to remind people about before we get into the show, because I know everybody wants us to talk about Cattle Pack, definitely always go check out the sales section, because some of the hats that maybe we don't talk about as much, or maybe if there's a few sizes left, there's definitely some gems that I've picked up out of the sales section that are pretty cool, like this Bordeaux Seattle. I actually just ordered this not too long ago because they have 7 3/8 and really, really nice crown, really good everyday wear. Reminds me of a Merlot, type of vibe. So definitely also check out the sales section if you don't see a whole bunch that you like in the new arrivals, because you may pop up on the gym right there. I kind of look at it like thrifting. Who doesn't like to thrift hats, right?
No, exactly.
Exactly. So shouts out to AB, my brother. What's going on, man? So that'll do it for Side Sleepers, guys. And I guess it's the moment they've been waiting for.
It is. Actually, I'm gonna cover something because the chat was very lively, and not to call anybody out, but CG691 had the most questions in regard to the mystery pack, and like I said, with the addition of some main event bot orders that are going on tomorrow. So realistically, the first thing I got to get off my chest is this is the first time that we've said flat out for a specific time period that we are going to have specific hats in the mystery orders or the mystery boxes, because the mystery box is always just random hats that are chosen. You get a pin, you get another prize in there, et cetera, et cetera. So it's like, yeah, it's a roll of the dice. If one, we still have your size left in any of these main event hats, because I don't have a list in front of me as far as what size are still available. And like I said, it's a relatively small amount. And then two, I mean, the whole purpose of the mystery box is it's a mystery.
Yeah.
And I will say the majority of the guys that are picking the hats for the mystery boxes, like depending on where you live, they try to cater as much to local market as they can. So it's like, yeah, if you live in the Bay Area and you're an A's or a Giants fan, there's more than likely you're going to get like a Sharks hat or a Warriors hat or a Giants or an A's, et cetera, et cetera. So yeah, that's just to simplify things a little bit more. And it's Flashfire said, it's a very simple concept. Yes.
Yeah, it's you pay your money and you may or you may not win a prize. But what I will say is, from friends of mine, other ambassadors that have ordered from the mystery pack, I've never heard someone say that they were disappointed with the pack.
I've seen one guy that was pissed.
Yeah, but it's like, but I think that this is a really good thing for multiple reasons, right? You guys have been asking us for pins. You get 3 pins in the box. You get 3 hats. These are not sale hats, so these are new arrivals. These are hats that are recent collections. I know sometimes in the past we've done sale hats or other types of things with our mystery boxes, but I think this is a really, really cool opportunity for you guys to roll the dice. I mean, have we led you wrong before? Have we? I don't think we have. I think we have a really good trusting relationship, guys. So
I think so too.
Yeah, trust us.
And to piggyback on Putto Man's comment about we're not going to have any expos for the mystery drop tomorrow. Actually, we are. I don't know the sizes. Like I said, I know the quantity, and there are definitely a lot.
Yeah, and shouts out to Legit. I was just having a conversation with him earlier this week, and I told him that he made us look like prophets, Ben, because you remember at the end of last year, we said, what's one fitted trend we like to see in 2025? And we said more Expos hats.
Yeah.
And look at the hat that ended up going the quickest, during the main event. So it's like, I need more, like, I don't know if that's an indication for me to play the lottery today, but I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good, Ben. I might need to go get a scratch off or something after.
No, I don't blame you for that. And I'll be honest, like last week I had said that I was going to fight with you guys to try and get one, and I was actually successful. Now, there's a second part of this. The hat is actually not for me. As much as I want to keep it, because yes, I am a lifelong Montreal Expos fan. I love the hat, et cetera, et cetera. However, there is somebody who plays for the Oregon basketball team.
Mm-hmm.
His name is Keyshawn Bartholomew. So one of my favorite players, and obviously I am an alma mater of Oregon. I'm an Oregon man. There we go. There's my glass. He's from Montreal, and last season, every time I look at his like Instagram story, he'd always be wearing Expos hats, and so it's like, all right, next time we drop an Expos hat, I'm gonna hook this dude up. Because we're both Ducks and et cetera, et cetera. I was not expecting that the goddamn main event pack was going to be the first Expos hat that we were going to drop. So it arrived in the mail. So Keyshawn, if you're watching, don't worry. I've got another hat that I'm actually sending your way that got sent to LA. And that one got shipped out. It's coming to my house. And so I'll get those out to you hopefully Monday.
No, I feel like shouts out to you, Ben. Third in line, once a Duck, always a Duck. And I didn't even go to Oregon, So I just feel like that's the vibe I'm getting. It's like a Georgia Tech thing. It's like once a jacket, always a jacket. Just because I graduated doesn't mean I can't, I don't know the fight song because I definitely do.
No, exactly. But I 100% know the fight song. And so, I'm pretty jazzed about it every time I hear it.
Exactly. But I mean, like we said, guys, we always want to do that. Big shouts out again to the group, KJ, AMS, Yeezus, Kev, I mean, everybody that really put that whole pack together. Brett, they did a phenomenal, fantastic job. Everyone that was a part of it, from even if they were just a part of the photo shoot, it's definitely in consideration for me for pack of the year. And we got a lot more months in this year to go. So, big shouts out to them. Congratulations on that execution. And shouts out to you, Ben, for looking out for your fellow Duck.
Hey, I got to do that, man. But then more importantly, I'm hoping for a round two on main events. I'll be much quicker this time for my personal needs.
Yeah, I definitely told everyone that I was able to talk to, I say, hey, listen, with the success of this one, there's got to be a main event too, and it's got to be even better. But I think they got to ride the success of this out for a little while and just really just soak in the moment, because this was a great moment for the culture. So, but yes, Ben, I think it's time.
I think it's time as well. Let me turn the hat around just to, gotta get myself into Sylvester Stallone in over the top mode. Got to go hat backwards for some arm wrestling. But in this case,
aerodynamic
cattle roping, baby.
Listen, man, time to lasso up some hats. Utterly amazing.
Wait. I'm going to start on my end just with the first two, the 940s, and then I'll bounce it back to you because I know you have one in hand.
Oh yeah, I may have one over here. I may have a cow that got out the pen.
All right, guys, cattle pack, and this is going to be 2 A-frame 940s and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 fitteds. Plus, we got 2 shirts to show off. Which case, I know Tef's got one, I got the other one. So yes, we're going to spend a little bit more time than we usually do on this collection because we only have like a couple variety packs to show off over the next week. So might as well stick with the big drop. But anyway, I was trying to think of something more clever to say, but I could not figure it out. But anyway, I know this one's going to go. And yes, Thursday, 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern, hackclub.com, Hack Club app. But then more importantly, for anybody who is in the New York or the Los Angeles area, the NoHo store got a few of the Cattle Pack hats. The LA store on Melrose got a few of the Cattle Pack hats. So
all right.
Keep your eyes and ears open on the interwebs for that. But yes, Houston Texans up first. This is the two-tone A-frame, black crown. And of course, it's got the fuzzy cow print, Holstein cow more specifically, for the upper visor as well as the button. This is going to be the 10th anniversary patch for the side. Black snap feature in the back. Good gray under visor, black sweatband. It is going to have the Hack Club tag on the inside. It's just on the opposite side this time. And these ones are all made in Bangladesh, which makes 100% sense because when you're talking about fancy materials and you're talking about Freddie, it's always coming from Bangladesh. And that's not a bad thing. It's just the way it goes. So, but yeah.
That's a USDA Prime A-frame right there. I like that.
I love that. And this was the other A-frame that we ordered as well. This one originally was coming in late, and we actually kind of panicked a little bit because we thought it wasn't going to show up in time. And thankfully, it arrived last week. So timing on it was perfect. James Grambo, I know this one's up your alley, but yes, the full fuzzy cow print, button, crown, upper visor, Dallas Cowboys for Super Bowl 30. Triple X, baby. And then going around, this is going to have a black New Era flag on the side, black snap feature, good gray under visor on this one as well, black sweatband, Hat Club tag, of course, on the opposite side. And once again, this one is made in Bangladesh. So yes, these are the only two A-frame 940s from New Era that we're going to have as far as the Cattle Pack collection.
That's really nice. I didn't think that the Dallas Star and that was going to look that nice. I know. That's beautiful. That's really, really well executed.
I hate to say it, but it's a good looking hat.
That's quite a good hat. Shouts out to Jerry for letting us get a little bit,
Thanks, Jerry.
Designs, Shouts out to Jerry.
All right, I'm going to pass it over to you to lead off the. Hold on one sec. Got to switch spots to lead off the fitteds.
So, obviously, if you guys have been watching my Instagram, I was selected as one of the ambassadors to promo the pack. And I went a little bit, Holstein, crazy, if you will. Yeah. So definitely got to start here. Shouts out to Freddie. So if you can see on my camera, this is not milky white. So you can see there's almost like a little bit of like a tan color right there in the actual print itself. So it's almost like a chocolate milk, if you will. Good 1999 right here. This is metallic copper. This is a flat yellow stitch as well. Very, very nice. Very, very well executed. Batterman here is going to be black and white because got milk, right? And then you got the pink UV under here, black guts and black taping. And like the A-frames, all of these are going to be made in Bangladesh. So do a proper brim switch here.
Nice.
And then, so obviously, part of this pack, a big draw of this pack is that we have apparel that's dropping with it. So on the front, this is more of like a washed black. So I did put a hanger together because I wanted people to see it. Hold on a second. Let me make sure that this is actually.
It was kind of funny because I had like when I pull it, because I have one here as well. And when I pulled it out of the bag, I had to hit the office up like, wait, did I just get a faded black one or are they all like this? And it's like, yes, they are all purposely done like that. So thank God.
So very much aged and look like, so you have the Hat Club here that is in pink spell out here, and on the back this is just extremely beautiful. So you have the Hat Club print and that Holstein cow print. You also have the U for an udder. Oh man, gotta love that I'm milking everything out of this collection as far as cow info. But yeah, and here you have the names of locations. So we have New York, where we obviously have the NoHo store, Los Angeles for the Melrose store. We got Phoenix, and then we have Dallas. I corrected myself, chat. Milking all of the cow inspo from all of the gear that we have here. So, yeah, it's like, so third in line, that was interesting. When I was looking here, obviously Phoenix makes sense because that's where Hat Club is based, specifically Tempe. You have New York right here for the flagship store that's on the East Coast. You have Los Angeles for the flagship store that's on the West Coast at Melrose. I was definitely expecting to see maybe some other locations in AZ, but I guess they figured they covered that with that whole state. So the Texas and Dallas somewhat makes sense now by looking at the A-frames. We have the Dallas Cowboys, and then also, we have some other hats that are from some specific teams in Texas as well. But so this does fit more like a boxy oversized. So lengthwise, it's a little bit long. When I got this shirt in, I decided personally to crop it. And when I cropped it, it actually came out pretty decent. Nice. But the back graphic is very, very well done. It actually has texture. So this isn't just like a screen print. This is actually a real graphic that I could pinch and you could see like the depth of it. Let's see if the camera can kind of pick it up. So yeah, there's actual depth to this. So it's like a combo of like a direct to garment, but like definitely
like a little puff paint in a sense, but not like in a tacky way.
Exactly. So shouts out to Freddie, did a fantastic job in designing that as well. And as an extra bonus, these pants do not come at Hat Club, but these are the infamous pants that I did wear during that. Shouts out to Nerva for these. It is puff print, Jimmy, but it's not like pronounced puff print, so much so to where it's like very much raised off the shirt. It's still pretty flat.
Oh yeah.
So then these were the pants that I actually wore for the photo shoot. So
I love that.
Yeah, so like Ben said, it comes in 2 different styles. So you have the washed, and then you also have a white variant. I do like the washed black, I think the most. And yeah, like AB said, Freddie not only designed the hats, he also designed the apparel collection that we're going to go over tonight. So big shouts out again to Freddie. You did a fantastic job. Love how you put it together. And what was
Frederick Mancebo.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that these shirts, Eric, are heavyweight.
They're definitely pretty thick though. So if you've bought
Yeah.
any shirts from the past, more specifically, if you bought any of the shirts from when we opened the Melrose store, it's about the same thickness as those. Same with like Sunday Service when we did the pop-up event in Houston. Actually, even the last event we did in Houston, like the same kind of thickness of the shirt. So it's not like massively thick, but it's like it's got some
it's got
some luster on it.
Yeah, a good little amount of weight on it. Jimmy, you're asking, is it oversized? I would say that it's not really super duper oversized, but there's definitely length on the t-shirt. So like I said, I chose to crop it just because of like the way I wanted to style the shirt. But I would say if I could do it again and probably get a closer length to what I cropped it to, I maybe would have went a size down. But that's just me being specific about my body dimensions. So I would say if you get your true to size, you'll be fine. But there is a lot more length on the shirt, once you get past the graphics. So just keep that in mind. So if you want more of like, I guess, a cropped look, if you will, I would say go down a size from what you would traditionally order for a standard t-shirt.
Yeah.
Otherwise, go true to size, and you could do like me, you could just crop it to whatever length you like. And also Monster Brims gave us a finger wag by saying we need to get more support for our huskier members of the community. So Freddie, if the next run we do, could we please add some larger sizes? That's a community request, not a my request. I think you did fantastic as far as the graphics and everything and the presentation, but that was a request from the community. So for our larger, more huskier members, they would like to have sizing.
And that is definitely a request that I support every time we do shirts, but unfortunately it doesn't necessarily happen all the time.
So K Caesar, mine is a large. So I got a large. I typically wear large t-shirts. And like I said, I just cropped it for length because when I put it on with the jacket that you saw me wearing, it was kind of a good decent amount of the garment was underneath it. So I cut it not to where it was right up underneath it, but I had a little bit less where it didn't look so pronounced. But yeah, it's great. I love the shirt. After I wore it, I found myself wearing it just around the house while I'm just doing things. It's a really, really nice, comfortable shirt. I love it. Freddie did a fantastic job.
So for a lot of people that are asking about sizing and stuff like that, especially around the extra large XX realm. So I'm 6'3" and about 240. And I'm between a large and an XL. And I would say with this one, I would probably go with the large.
Yeah, I think that, like I said, it's more the room up top is perfect. Like I said, it's more so just a preference on the length for you, and that's something that only you can kind of decide. But Xtar said we're Texas size boy. Listen, it's just I think that for you guys, like what you traditionally, like I said, what you traditionally would get in your size is fine. Just be mindful of if you're going to wear it with jeans, pants, whatever may have you, you may want to crop it yourself, or you may want to go a size down just to adjust that length. But if you go with your natural size, you'll be fine. I don't think it's going to fit you like a muumuu or a nightgown or anything. The sizing is very spot on with these.
Shirt stock is great. Hat stock is also solid. So yeah.
And question from chat was asking what's the material on it. Yes, it is 100% cotton. So for me, but the thing is, like we were saying, because the back graphic is puff print,
yes,
I would just kind of be careful about like just throwing it in the washing machine and just doing that. There is care for your puff print garments that you'll need to do. Sometimes hand washing and just line drying is better. That's sometimes what I like to do. Or if you don't trust yourself, dry cleaning is always an option as well.
And wash on cold because one, that helps keeps the colors from fading, and two, it helps keep everything from shrinking. The price on the shirts is going to be $45. I'm going to show off the white one here in a second after I go through all the other hats. Yeah. Any other questions before we do the tag team?
Yeah, exactly. No, I think so. I think everyone says, yeah, and IG is talking about that as well. Sizing up is good. So if you're get your normal size, because like I said, it is 100% cotton. And when you wash it, cotton does inevitably shrink. But like I said, like we've been saying, cold wash, line dry. And if you don't want to do that, you can also probably take it to the dry cleaners unless the tag.
If you don't want to do that, you got yourself a ruined shirt and it's your fault.
Exactly. Can we see the shirt again? Sure, guys. So this is what the shirt looks like. It's minimal on the front. You have pink Hat Club written on the left side. I had to remember that I'm flipped on camera. And then this is the graphic that's on the back. You see Hat Club in that puff print graphic up there. And you have the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cities that are listed underneath that. So New York, LA, Houston, Dallas, and Phoenix. And that's the wash black variant of it. So the white one is essentially the same thing, right, Ben? It's not any different.
No.
Okay, perfect.
No, I was gonna say when I show up the white one, I would say if anything, the print looks darker, but then again, it's a dark print against a white shirt, so obviously it's gonna look that way anyway. So.
I mean, right. if you want more diversity, I could say you could go for the white. I'll probably try to get the white shirt on drop day because I think both of them look cool, but that's just me being greedy.
Yeah. All right, ready to swap? Tag out.
Yeah, tag out.
There we go. All right. I'm going to show off the rest of the hats, but I've got the Yankee one as well because I'm going to show you guys the color difference in between the Dodger, the Met, the Astro, obviously, to show you like how different of a shade it is. So, but I'm going to start with, of course, the one I know that's going to sell out immediately. And that, of course, I mean, that's not to say that all these aren't going to sell out immediately. They probably will. But the Houston Astros spring training logo for the front. I'm going to show off all the complete cow print. So cow print crown, button, upper visor, and yes, like the Dallas Cowboys, it is that fuzzy style. But it's going to be the 45th anniversary of the Astros organization for the side patch. Black and white flat stitch baddie on the back. There is, I was going to say, because not all the prints are identical. So there is a black New Era flag on the side, but obviously based on the way that the print came out, that's why it's kind of mostly covered. Sorry, New Era, we didn't do that on purpose. On some of them, wait, hold on. It's going to be better. It's going to show better on some other ones. But anyway, Hat Club original pink under visor on this one, black sweatband, Hat Club tag on the inside, and of course, made in Bangladesh. So there's that. But then more importantly, because to show you guys the shade difference. So that's what we're looking at. The Astros, the Dodgers, and the Mets are going to be optic white as far as the fuzzy Holstein print. Whereas, you could say the Yankees got a little element of chocolate milk in there. Why not?
Yeah, a little bit of tan, a little bit of light tan in there. And like I said,
the sun.
Yeah, exactly. So, so somebody did ask a question in chat, which I think was a good question. They said, if you sit in the sun with these, does the sun damage them? I did a shoot on a day where the sun was out and we were out there for a sizable amount of time and didn't get damaged. I think it's just like any other type of, different material than polyester. You do obviously need to be cautious with it. I wouldn't recommend wearing it in the rain.
Correct.
Things like that. Treat it like almost like crushed velvet or suede. I would say, just as far as from a care instructions perspective, don't do things you wouldn't normally do with those fabrics as far as water or extensive time out in the sun.
Don't do it. All right. Moving on to Los Angeles Dodgers. Optic white for the threading on the interior for the LA. Come on, camera, pick up on that. There we go. Metallic copper on the outskirts. There is a little bit of black threading in between both the white and the metallic copper. But once again, Holstein print, crown, button, upper visor. 50th anniversary of Dodger Stadium for the side patch. And then same problem again. So there is a black New Era flag there, but once again, the cow print kind of like overlayered it. Not every single one is going to have the same print. So sorry, New Era, didn't do this on purpose. I didn't choose the hats that they sent me. So, but once again, Hat Club original pink under visor on this one, black sweatband, Hat Club tag on the inside, and of course, made in Bangladesh.
Yeah, chat's talking about the sombrero patch would have been good for this. I like the 50th on this just because it reminds me of a lush green pasture.
Yeah.
I think that Freddie, when you watch this, you could say, Tef, you're reaching, or Tef, you're spot on. Hopefully it's Tef, you're spot on. But that's what it made me think of when I looked at the side patch, like rolling green pastures.
You could probably answer these questions better than me, especially because you're wearing the Yankee one right now. How was it to curve it, and then more importantly, how true to size is the fit?
So I'm a 7 3/8. This hat is a 7 3/8. So definitely you can go true to size. The material on the outside doesn't really per se affect, I would say, the fit of it. I just got my haircut last week, put it on, and I'm a traditional 7 3/8 between a 7 and 1/4, and I'm still pretty good as far as the sizing goes. When it goes to steaming it, steam the under visor. I wouldn't steam the top visor. So like I know sometimes with polys, people will go over the top visor and the under visor. I would say steam this, because once this becomes malleable, then you can, bend it around whatever your visor mold is, and it comes out pretty well, and it retains shape very well too. So it's not something you have to keep furling and bending with every wear. I like molded this probably about a week or like earlier, like last week, and it's retained the shape pretty well.
I would say. Ola Bode asking the question, can we use the premium Hat Club cleaning kit on them? I would move against that.
I would move against that.
That wasn't my intention there, but yeah. No, and it's not to say that like keeping it clean is the idea. Like we don't want you to do that, but it's just like when you're introducing water or some kind of liquid to this particular type of material, it's always hit or miss. So it's kind of like more steam clean might be the better way to go.
Yeah, and this is susceptible to transfer. So if like it's rubbing against something, like I would say like some people may want to wear this with a hoodie. I would just say wear something that's light colored or similar to it. I highly wouldn't recommend wearing something that's like dyed or has like a specific color to it, that where if it rubs against it or creates friction, it'll cause color transfer. So like I said, things that you would think about with somebody in IG chat said felt, which I thought was a really good, insightful comment. So treat it like felt. Suede. Think if you want to go to shoes, think like nubuck. A lot of those materials that are very sensitive to, transfers and scratches and just other things like that.
Big Chew 310 asking, is the LA only going to be LA store exclusive? No. No, it's gonna be online. It's gonna be at the store as well. Yep. And then more importantly, the only stores, like I said a little bit ago, that are getting some of the cow print hats or the cattle pack hats are gonna be NoHo in Los Angeles. So I saw somebody freaking out about Great Mall got screwed. It's like, well, the Arizona stores didn't get them either. So nor did the other Southern California stores.
Exactly.
All right. Last one for the full body cow print, of course. Austin not here to show this one off. The New York Mets. Not the tricolor, but it is a white interior with a metallic copper exterior. Holstein cow print on the crown, button, upper visor. 40th anniversary. None of them are going to be at Great Mall. 510, 710. 40th anniversary of the Mets organization for the side patch. Black and white, flat stitch batting on the back. Once again, goddamn cow print, just covering up that or making it a tonal New Era flag. But yeah, some of the cases there will be some white print there, so you'll get the black New Era flag on the side. In Hat Club original pink undervisor on this one, black sweatband, Hat Club tag on the inside, made in Bangladesh. Now the other thing that neither Tef or I mentioned is the interior is a very thin, almost like denim feel. So it's a little bit rougher just because of the fact that that was the material that obviously the cow print nylon had to stick to. I'm muted?
No, you're good. I can still hear you. So it may have been
a fucking liar in the chat. What the hell? So going back to the question in regard to how is the fit. So as Tef explained, it's pretty dead on. So I'm very happy about that.
Yeah, and shouts out to AB being the MVP for because one of the Twitch chat questions or restream chat questions rather was, is Roosevelt Field getting them? So Roosevelt Field, I think, is getting the Yankees. So this and the Mets. Austin gave me a tongue.
I didn't know. I'm sorry, I didn't know. My bad.
This is teamwork makes the dream work. Shouts out to you, AB. You like being a cabra every day. And on top of that, another thing for us to mention as well is that as far as it goes with respect to Austin, because he's been telling us that the Mets hats should be, there should be more Mets hats in this pack. He took me to task because I selected the Yankees instead of the Mets. So Yeah, that was
in your face, Austin. That's what you get for not showing up to work today.
Oh, and for Turk, you did say that. You did say that they were getting both. My B, bro. Well, shouts out to you and to AB. Everybody wins. Everybody wins because we have information.
Yeah, sorry if you're a Great Mall shopper. Apparently, they were the only one that was screwed in this process.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I had no say in that. I had zero say in that. Mm-hmm. Like I said, I didn't even know until Wilder just in the comments just mentioned the fact that the Phoenix stores in Roosevelt Field were getting them. So my bad.
Mm-hmm.
My bad.
No, you're good, man. You're good.
All right.
Yes, sir.
On to the two-tones. So first up, we got the Baltimore Orioles. This, of course, is going to be the alternate O''S logo. White interior, metallic copper exterior, black crown, Holstein print on the button and upper visor, and 30th anniversary of Oriole Park at Camden Yards for the side patch.
This is the first time I'm actually seeing that up close. Is that pink in that side patch, Ben?
A little bit, right where it says anniversary, yeah.
Yeah, that's a really nice detail. I like this. I
agree. Now, these ones will have black tonal New Era flags on the side, as well as the black and white flat stitch Batterman logo on the back. This one, Hat Club original pink under visor, black sweatband, Hat Club tag on the inside. All these are going to be made in Bangladesh, but of course, the crown itself is polyester. The button and the upper visor is going to be the cow print nylon.
I do like the two tones as well. I will say that for some, because I know some of the comments on my post was like, I don't know if I could pull off all cow print. I think that this is, again, one of those packs where you have a little bit of something for everybody. So if you're a little bit more on the experimental style side and you're like me and all cow print on your hat doesn't scare you, go for it. But if you want to be modest and have like those little accents, I think the two tones are a good place to start as well.
Don't be scared. Don't be scared.
It's okay. It's all right.
Next up, we got Arizona Diamondbacks. So the cursive script, black crown, Holstein print on the button and upper visor. In this case, it's going to be metallic red for the outline of the cursive script Diamondbacks on the front, as well as a lot of metallic threading, especially metallic copper in the 2001 World Series side patch.
I like this. I do like this.
A little bit bigger of a patch, if you guys didn't notice. So that's why to kind of like zoom back from the lens a little bit there.
Yeah, I think I think I like this one because is this the only one that? Well, no, the Houston Astros has the red in it as well. So I like that. I like that. That's kind of like a callback between.
And I will say this is the first of four of them that actually has a good gray under visor as opposed to the pink. The other pink two-tone I'm going to show off next. But yeah, black sweatband, Hat Club tag on the inside, made in Bangladesh as well. And kind of coincidental that you talk about the red threading on the inside. That's why I had to bring this one up to the front because it is a pink under visor. And right in Tef's wheelhouse, of course, metallic red interior, Atlanta Braves alternate logo. So the A with the tomahawk, white outline this time around. 1995 World Series. Welcome to the show for the side patch. A lot of metallic copper in there.
Yeah, I really, really love the execution on this patch. And it was really, really tough for me to pick against the hometown to do my promo hat. Because I love how that 95 Welcome to the Show patch was executed. Like I said, Freddie knocked this out the park. Very, very nice. But yeah, very, very nice. I'm curious because I have the brick by brick 4s if the red in that front logo will go with them.
Ooh, that is a good question.
Yeah, that Atlanta
very, very good question.
But that Atlanta is very, very tough. I do like it. Definitely one of my favorites of the two tones as well. Yes,
I agree with that. Actually, I know somebody said the Baltimore Orioles was the best, but I actually kind of dig this one a little bit more just because of this specific logo on the front, as well as the usage of the Welcome to the Show side patch.
CG, nobody likes a moving comment such as yours about my Braves. Leave them alone.
I got to go back to Newman 4K's comment where he says, Ben, my 6-year-old nephew just said you look like Steve from Minecraft, which I was not expecting that
at all. Absolutely not. Well, AB, if they have to take all of mine away, that means they have to take away a specific one that I know you don't want them to take away. So relax.
Uh-oh.
Relax, everyone now and again, I venture outside of my Braves fandom to get something nice. Every once in a while.
All right, up next, we got T for Texas Rangers. White interior, metallic copper for the drop shadow. Black threading actually in between the white threading as well as the metallic copper, which honestly, it's something we do normally do, but just seeing it on a black surface or a black crown, it actually looks better. That's just my 2 cents on that one. But final season of Globe Life Field for the side patch, 1994 to 2019. Black tonal New Era flag on the opposite side. Flat stitch, black and white Batterman logo on the back. And going back into the good gray under visors for this one. Black sweatband, hat club tag on the inside. Made in Bangladesh.
That copper drop shot on that front logo is crazy.
Dude, it's money.
That's the first thing that my eye always draws to when I see that hat, or whenever we've done a drop shadow that way. So again, very spot on color placement or threading placement there, and can never go wrong with the final season side patch. Never can do it.
No, you cannot.
No, sir.
All right. Your future 2025 World Series champion, Detroit Tigers, up next. Black crown, Holstein print button and upper visor. And of course, this is the regular size D logo. So the current on-field logo. Michigan and Trumbull for the side patch. So the old Tiger Stadium corner street right there.
I do like this. I'm curious, Ben. Are the places that were selected places where you could find cows?
See, I'm gonna have to hold on. I'm gonna go back to normal screen so we can have this discussion. Because if there is one group of baseball fans or residents of a specific state that are currently miffed by the fact that we did not include them, that is the great state of Milwaukee and the Milwaukee Brewers.
Which was interesting. It was interesting.
I was gonna say, this is not a criticism of anybody specifically. That's the only one. That's the only one where I would say, man, I wish we included this team, and it would have been perfect.
Yeah, Slick Milks. That's why I was just like, I mean, obviously, we're not saying that there was anything wrong with the team selection at all. We were just saying that I was trying to find the tie between all the ones that were selected, because most of those places like Michigan makes sense. Atlanta, obviously in the South, makes sense. Texas, needs no explanation. Even upstate, New York, for all intents and purposes.
Yeah, they got farms in New York.
Yeah, so it's like there's a lot there. It makes sense. So I was just curious, and that might be more of a question for Freddie, but like I said, it's not about execution. I was just curious of what the tie between was for all the teams that we selected, but it could have just been these are the teams that look great on the mocks, and this is what we went with. So
yeah, it just happened. So sorry, Wisconsin. My wife was very confused by that when I showed her the team list as well. So, and then I see people chiming in about Illinois with Chicago and stuff like that. I get it. I know. Yes, every state does have cows. I mean, realistically, let's. But it's like there has to be a limit on what we do. So it's like not a criticism of anything. Anyway, but yeah, Detroit Tigers. Good gray under visor on this one, black sweatband, hat club tag on the inside, and of course, made in Bangladesh, which means we got one last hat to show off. And I lied. I did save the best for last, to be honest. I had forgot about this one until I got toward the end, and I had to put it to the very back. And that, of course, is the Kansas City Royals, which was a very interesting addition to this collection. Rightfully so. I like it. I like the use of this logo, specifically with the spring training logo. So the R with the metallic copper crown. And of course, the 2012 All-Star game for the side patch.
Yeah, I'm going to say it right now, man. That the crown on that front logo being all metallic copper is disgusting. That's beautiful. If I had to
CG, I gotta say, I know you said KC should have been the logo, but the reality is the KC logo is a solid color. It's just white.
Yeah.
Having this logo in there gives it, with all the other logos we use, having some element of metallic copper, that's the only way we could do it. So
And I definitely would say that for this hat, I would call it the Boss Cow. That's definitely what I would call this hat as a
Boss
nickname.
Cow.
The Boss Cow.
Black New Era tonal flag on the other side, black and white flat stitch batting on the back, good gray under visor, black sweatband, Hat Club tag on the inside, made in Bangladesh. So there it is. There's your full lineup as far as the cattle pack. As they all fall down and paper is grabbed at the same time. My bad. But yes, remember, Thursday, 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern, hatclub.com, Hat Club app. And then I still have the other shirt to show off, which, of course, is the white one. So without further ado, so yes, black Hat Club logo in the front. And then much like the faded black one that Tef had shown off. So same puff style print with the Hat Club as well as the cities down below. Yeah, I agree. The Bay Area should have been thrown in there in some capacity, but it's whatever.
Yeah, and I think that, and it's a good point to say that. So these shirts are maybe slightly different because on yours, Ben, it kind of almost looks like the back graphic looks like the Yankee, where it has like that little bit of like tan in the back logo.
Cool.
Yeah, whereas mine, it's pretty much like more like pure white, like so essentially like a difference between the Yankee and then the other.
Hold yours up at the same time so we could show them both off.
Yeah, so if you guys can kind of see, yeah, so Ben's on the white shirt is like kind of more like the Yankees coloring, and then mine is more like the Mets, the Dodgers, the Astros, the other, all over, cow print hats essentially. So very, very clean. So that you can see the difference. Yeah. And then also the other difference is on the white shirt, that printing on the front is black, and on mine it's pink. So so good questions, Ben. Do we that's the looks like I just thought of it as mud because cows typically, they may graze a field so much to where there's mud out there. So that's where my mind was when I looked at
it. So now it's time for some bad news. I wanted to save this till the end to not scare you guys. So I hope you're all sitting down for this one. So the shirt prices are $45. So that has not changed. But unfortunately, and if you watch the news or you read the news, we were not expecting this to happen as quickly as it did, but the price of the hats did go up on these. Not every hat, just cattle pack. So the A-frames, the Houston Texans and the Dallas Cowboys are going to be $50 now. And the fitteds are $60.
So to put this in context, everybody. So when you purchase a hat, our traditional hats are like, essentially 52 fitteds. So essentially like shipping typically and taxes come out to be about $10. So essentially what you're looking at from a price comparative perspective, you're looking at about an increase of maybe $8, give or take.
Yeah, obviously, give or take.
Yeah, shipping obviously is reliant upon zip code, so I can't say that it's going to be that way for everyone, but a little bit more expensive. But I will say that it is, to me, it's justified because this isn't a hat that you would traditionally buy as just the poly. I think the designs, the intricacies with that, and then also the apparel really make it worth it. As someone that collects, this is definitely one of those conversation pieces. I wore this out, I think, a couple days ago, and somebody, like, I got stopped at least 5 or 6 times by people saying, "Oh my God, where did you get that hat from? That's so cool." So
yeah,
it definitely is an attention grabber. Like I said, we all know that, prices of things are going up, but I do think that this is definitely something that you would want to add to your collection. But that's just from one hat collector to another.
Yeah. And like I said, so in regard to the $50 A-frames, it's only these two. It's not every A-frame that we sell has gone up to $50. It's only these two in the cattle pack. So yes, you can still make fun of Lids for marking all their A-frames up to $50 because that's just a jerk move. Now, the fitteds, I think they were originally going to be $55, so it's only a $5 difference on that. So.
Yeah, and when you consider
$60 for the fitteds.
Yeah, and when you consider most regular polys,
just this collection, this collection, hopefully nothing else gets affected by that.
Yeah, and we will be transparent with that with you guys if that happens. So your traditional full polys, like something like this, typically that's 52. And so I think Chad's point, and I've noticed it as well. Like whenever we use different types of materials, I think Sakura pack as well. There might have been a Sakura pack. Were they 52 Ben or were they 55? I feel like they were 55.
Like the velvet ones?
The velvet ones, yeah. So
I thought they were 52, but I could be wrong.
I could be wrong as well. So chat, correct me on that. I was trying to make a point to say that when we use different materials other than poly, and they're a little bit more intricate with the designs, there's sometimes a little bit of a markup there, but yeah, it's all good. It's worth it. High quality goods.
Yes, it's only for the cattle pack that those prices are coming into place. Only the cattle pack. I can't emphasize that enough.
Okay, cool. And
so anyway,
check me. He said 52.
Mm-hmm. What's your top three? I feel like we haven't done a top three in a while. And we got yeah.
This one is really difficult because I remembered that we had A-frames, but I forgot at the same time. So this is gonna be tough. I mean, for me, I love the Yankee from the first iteration of this that Freddie did. So I think for me, the Yankee is probably going to be in my number 1 slot.
Okay.
My number 2 is probably going to be the Houston Astros with the all over print. That's going to be my number 2. And then my number 3 is going to be the Braves. That for me is probably going to be my 3. I think that's a fair 3. That's like, you got your two-tone, you got your 2 all over prints. So I'm cool with that.
So I'm actually going an interesting route. And so now when I make this decision or show you guys my top 3, it's not because I don't like the other hats. It's just which 3 do I find the best? And this is just the way it kind of shapes out. Mm-hmm. So my number 3 is going to be the Baltimore Orioles. My number 2 is the Atlanta Braves. And my number 1 is going to be the Kansas City Royals. So, of course, the criticism I could get from you guys is, well, they're all 3 of them are the two-tones. What about the all-over cow print? I'm not against the all-over cow print. I just happen to like the two-tones just a little bit more. That's it.
I definitely would say the two-tones for people that are like more muted, minimal dressers don't like to, I guess, for those people that perceive it that way or loud dressers, I could understand why they would gravitate towards the two-tone. But I will say that these hats are very wearable with look at even the model that we had that actually did the modeling for the pack itself, like wearing all black, monochrome fits. There's ways to pull it off without it necessarily looking like too much. So if you are looking to kind of expand your palette and how you dress and how you style yourself, definitely check it out. And to CG's point, I'm gonna say that the Houston Texans, that A-frame was in my honorable mention slot.
Same for me.
Yeah, I really like how it was executed and how it was done. I personally just like the all overs printed hats. Like I said, the Yankee and the Stros, I like those the most. Yankees because that was the original one that dropped, and then the Stros because I just like how the colors look, and then the Braves for obvious reasons. Somebody in chat asked, are these going to be limited like the first drop? Stock right now, from what Ben is saying, is looking pretty healthy on both the hats and the shirts. So
yes, thank God.
And I did see another question, Ben, that maybe you can answer too. They said, are there going to be purchasing limits on these? Like you can only get one of a certain style.
Thank you. Actually, yes. Thank you. Whoever asked that question, because I knew there was something I was forgetting to tell you guys. So, a point of order.
A point of order.
It would be smart if, when you're trying to navigate the website and check out, do not have multiple tabs open. Focus on one tab on whatever device you're using, and you'll be able to check out quicker. Otherwise, your ass is going to be in reCAPTCHA hell. So yeah, we are experimenting with because like I said, we do what we can to prevent bots. So for this run, because obviously it's going to be a high demand, much like the main event was. Main event was a smaller quantity, so it's just easier to filter through orders with that. Cattle Pack's different story. Like I said, there's a lot more stock for Cattle Pack than there was for main event. So yes, it would be smart if you one tab, focus on what you want. You can buy more than one hat on an order. That's fine. That is never a trigger for, oh, this is a bot order, we're going to cancel it. It never has been. So if you want to get an Astros and a Yankees or whatever on one order, go for it. The problem always comes into play is if you do multiple orders and of just an individual hat, then that looks weird as hell, especially if you're able to like get through like quickly. Because yes, some people will have multiple tabs open and try to check out at the same time and blah, blah, blah. Don't do that because otherwise you're going to be in reCAPTCHA hell. So that's the warning I can give you. And yeah.
And shouts out to Freddie for jumping in.
Danny, it's the same thing. If you're using the app, just have the one tab. I mean, it's just the app. Just don't have like the website open at the same time on your phone.
Yeah, and shouts out to Freddie for jumping in on IG chat and answering some questions about the t-shirts as well. So for those, yes,
thanks, Freddie.
Yeah, just for reiteration purposes, yes, the graphic on the back of the t-shirt is puff printed. It's a 100% cotton garment. Like Ben said, it's it's weighty, but it's not super duper heavy, but it's a decent weight. It's still comfortable when you wear it. Definitely line dry situation. Do not throw it in the washing machine and set it on whatever conditions. Yeah. But for those that are not very much, I guess you could say, well versed, there are tags typically on the inside of your garments that give you like care instructions. So if you need to read it to make sure that you're taking care of the shirt properly, highly recommend that you do that. Or otherwise, just search on Google how to care for garments with puff print or intricate graphics, things of that sort. And typically they'll tell you treat them like Supreme shirts. Most of my Supreme graphic tees I take to dry cleaners to have them cleaned. Unless the garment specifically says do not take it to a dry cleaner, and it has a graphic I'm trying to maintain to a certain degree, I will take it to a dry cleaner just to preserve it. Yeah.
Black Nimbus asked if you on separate orders order a hat and then order a shirt. You can do that. I mean, that's usually not something that's generally going to get cause a red flag or anything like that. But it's like you're just easier buying both at the same time. Plus, it'll save on shipping for you. I mean, that's probably more important than because otherwise it's like you're at an extra $7 per order that you placed. And then additional question. Is the reCAPTCHA going to be on the app? I have no idea. Like I just found this out like 30 minutes before we went live. So I have no idea.
And Asher, to your question, the shirts are going live the same time as the Cattle Pack, the hats themselves, correct? There is no delay. Okay, great.
Nope.
Yeah. So yeah. So, I mean, thankfully we can answer all of you guys' Kyle questions, but if there's things as we're going through the show that come up, we could circle back and answer some of those questions as we need to.
Yeah. So yeah, once again, if you're trying to order multiple on the Cattle Pack on Thursday, just put them all in the same order. Don't buy a hat, then get back on the website, buy a hat, get back on the website, buy a hat. You're going to cause alarms to go off if you do that.
Yeah, exactly. So, just think of it like when you're going for any, sneaker release or anything, opening multiple tabs on the same device doesn't typically help you. Normally it would just be open the web page on other devices themselves. That to me would be the smarter way to go about doing it.
Yes. I agree.
Yeah. And to Big Show's question, if you get a stain on the shirt, try to just stain treated and to like with shout or
wear a bib. I don't know. Take the shirt off if you're gonna eat something that's gonna stain it. I mean, that's what I do. Jesus.
Exactly. Or don't just get the white shirt, get the gray one. Or the black, so you don't have to worry about that. But yeah, I mean, like anything, if you get a stain on it, try to use a Tide pen or controlled amount of shout, put it on it. But still, the wash instructions would be the same: cold wash it and then line dry it. And if you feel uncertain, dry cleaning is always an option unless the garment says specifically not to do it.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right, moving on. We do have other hats that are dropping, but actually, oddly enough, not until the following week. So Thursday, obviously, Cattle Pack, 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern, hatclub.com, Hat Club app. But then we're going to jump forward into Monday of next week. So a week from today, 8 a.m. Pacific time, 11 a.m. Eastern time, hatclub.com, Hat Club app. Nice little 3-pack for a variety pack. Starting off with the brown crown, brown button, brown upper visor, Chicago Blackhawks. Just a plain Jane. So tonal New Era flag on the opposite side. A little bit darker, actually. So a little bit darker brown for the New Era flag. Not too bad. The C with the double tomahawk or double hammers. Metallic copper and a nice little dark green finish there.
I like that.
Yeah.
And that's a plain
good gray
right?
undervisor, black sweatband, hat club tag on the end. Or sorry, no hat club tag on the inside. My bad. Made in Bangladesh on this one.
Oh, and this is a plain Jane, right? So no side pack.
This is a plain Jane. Yep.
I do like this a lot. This might be one I would pick up. CG, yes.
It's brown. So that's number one. Number two, a little old school baseball. Going back to the, I think it's the 1950s or 1960s, the Kansas City Cats, KATZ. Light navy crown and upper visor, red button. And the old Kansas City Cats logo named after the Cats drugstores, which sponsored the team. This is a plain Jane. So tonal New Era flag on the opposite side, no side patch for this side. And because we're talking independent league ball, there is no Batterman logo of any sort in the back. And then also based on the era, retro green under visor, black sweatband, Hat Club tag on the inside. And this one is made in China.
Is this the logo that Austin was saying was terrifying to him? I'm trying to remember.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Looking at it, it's not. Okay, you know what? I could imagine if I woke up in the middle of the night and this logo was like there, I would probably shit a brick. But no, I like the color blocking on this hat, though. I do. The red button. The red button up top is a nice touch, and then the Kelly green UV is tough. I feel like this is a solid everyday wear. It's definitely a conversation starter. Now, if you have this, if you have the same look of the logo when you're staring at people without making words, concern. Very, very big concern.
And yes, Dragon 89 Yoda. Only Ebbets Field had done this hat in the past, and so we were able to do it with New Era, 100% polyester. So, this is the kind of hat that's up my alley as like a baseball historian, fan of like caps from the old days, etc. So, I know there's a lot of you guys out there that dig this.
I could definitely see chat saying horror pack jokingly, but I could see that actually being used for. There's definitely ways that hook could be executed. So design team, I'm curious to see if y'all can get creative around this time of the year for horror pack with that. I'm curious.
Big Show, I already bought it. Like, are you crazy? Buy it then. Last but not least, Santa Cruz Sharks going with the old 70s Rat Fink style for the front logo. Black crown, dark teal button, and upper visor. This is going to be a plain Jane, but this is going to have the alternate Sharks logo, the shark fin on the back instead. Black tonal New Era flag on the opposite side. Good gray under visor, black sweatband, Hat Club tag on the inside. And yes, 100% polyester, made in China on this bad boy.
I definitely feel like there's some sort of either Santa Cruz deck or some kind of Santa Cruz t-shirt that would go perfectly with this hat. But I like it. No doubt. I like how this looks.
Big Show, why would you say I'm bullshitting when I own like every other Kansas City historical baseball hat with the exception of one Kansas City Monarchs that I'm still trying to track down? And it's the all red with the white KC. Like, I haven't found one in my size.
I feel like there used to be a like middle of the mall gazebo that used to be in underground Atlanta that had like old school like Negro League paraphernalia and stuff like that. It's since no longer there, but he used to do custom stuff, I think, too, if I remember.
No, I love that. And And yeah, this goes back to years and years and years ago, and all the time that I've been collecting hats, where it's just like every time like a team did a turn back the clock or Negro League Heritage Night, like I got excited every season because it's like, oh shit, here's more hats I got to buy. And somehow I missed out on that one effing Kansas City Monarchs, and it's still haunting me.
Oh, what was it? I don't know if Cutthroat for Life is. You can answer this for us, brother, on Instagram if you're talking about the Negro League conversation we're having. But I think he's saying, "What size are you?" I got you. So I don't know if
I'm at 7.5. Okay. So it's the more rounded off style of the KC logo. Yeah, just if you know which one I'm talking about, shoot me a DM on Instagram, Shaka Brody. I am interested. I am interested.
Big Show's asking any Iron Pigs hats. I've not seen any lately. I've not seen any from the
team.
Can we
just drop one?
I think the last time we dropped an Iron Pigs, I feel like the last time that was Horror Pack. I don't feel like we've dropped another one lately. Maybe we have in a variety pack and I'm just forgetting. But I feel like the last Iron Pigs was Horror Pack last year.
Or I'm having just like wicked deja vu right now because I feel like we've had this conversation. Okay, so Horror Pack.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, cool. Yeah, all right, cool. Thank you, Big Show, for the sanity check because I definitely was like, oh my God, did I forget? Ben, tell Hat Club to bring back the old Moon Man pack. I lost mine in a fire.
Ooh. Okay. All I'm gonna say is okay. There's other stuff going on that I cannot talk about, but okay.
I feel like that would be a really good Spin the Block Sundays. I feel like that one would be really cool. I think people would like that. I mean, we had people asking for what Interstellar Jelly not too long ago. Like we had people asking for that,
for
that as well.
That was out of the blue. Big Show, don't worry. I think there's a Flyers hat dropping next week, and by next week I mean we'll show it off on recap next week.
Yeah, I wanted to say that there was. I don't know.
I'm not spilling the beans because that's the kind of shit that Austin will 100% fire me if I talk about it. I can't talk about that.
I want to say, Big Show, that there was a Flyers that released at NoHo. I don't know if they have any left, so I would recommend DMing the store. I don't think they do invoices, but maybe there might be an opportunity for the community to help you out and get that Flyers to you.
Bro, I didn't lie to you. The problem is one of the ones that Teferi, sorry, I almost said Austin, that Teferi's talking about was a Flyers hat that I saw a photo of. I didn't know it was going to NoHo. But it did drop in February, so I wasn't lying, technically.
Technically.
Or March or whenever the hell it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. My bad, dude. My bad. We do have one more variety pack to go over. Actually, do you mind if I hammer through that real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
This guy, the schedule got changed up like before we did the show. So that's why I have photos of these and not I don't have these in hand. But yeah, you guessed it, your favorite Los Angeles Dodgers. This is going to be Tuesday. So the 22nd of April, 8 a.m. West Coast time, 11 a.m. East Coast time. So first up is going to be the LA Dodgers. Traditional Dodger blue, white button up top, but South Korea flag for the side patch. There's a little bit more detail on that. And this bad boy, flat stitch, rounded off Batterman logo in the back, black sweatband, Hat Club tag on the inside, gray under visor, and this one's going to be made in China. So that is number one. Number two, Los Angeles Kings. We got some more hockey in here. So traditional black crown button upper visor, primary for the front, alternate crown logo for the side patch. This is going to be a Hat Club original pink under visor, if you couldn't tell by that photo. A little bit more of a zoom in detail for the crown side patch. Metallic silver and black NHL shield on the back, black sweatband, Hat Club tag on the inside, made in China on this bad boy. Washington Capitals. Shout out to Ovi. Alexander Ovechkin. This is going to go back to the early 2000s era Washington Capitals. So black crown and upper visor, indigo button, screaming eagle for the front logo, 40th anniversary of the organization for the side patch. This is going to have a good gray under visor on it. So another zoom in there for the side patch. Sorry if I interrupted you there, Tef.
Oh, no, you're good.
5-star NHL indigo and metallic copper flat shield for the back. And like I said, black sweatband, hat club tag on the inside, made in China, good gray under visor. And last but not least, for all you Detroit Red Wing fans out there, yes, the octopus logo we can actually make. So black crown, black upper visor, red button. If you don't know the story about the octopus in Detroit, I highly recommend looking this up. This is actually a pretty slick logo that we were able to accomplish. Plain Jane, no side patch in any capacity whatsoever. But it is going to have the Red Wings logo in the back, as opposed to the NHL logo, because you just still have to have the Red Wings logo somewhere on this. But black sweatband, good gray under visor, hat club tag on the inside, and this one also made in China. And that's going to round up all the hats we got dropping between Thursday of this week with Cattle Pack, of course, and Wednesday of next week when we do the show next.
Yeah, I think that to Chad's point, I remember when I first saw that octopus hat, I was just like, what team is that for? And then when I found out it was Detroit, I was just like, wow, okay.
Oh, yeah.
So, but for those on chat that are asking us to run through the Cattle Pack hats really quickly,
no. No, I mean, we're gonna wrap the show up here in a second. I would say just go back and just watch the show again.
Yeah, we spent a decent amount of time just on it, talking about the shirts, the apparel.
We spent a fucking hour just on the Cattle Pack hats, I think.
Yeah. So for those that are looking, for those just to know the styles of the hats that we have coming out, this is for IG and those that join late. 2 940 A-frames, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4. It was 4 all over prints, and then 4 two tones. So 10. Yeah.
I didn't realize you had your eyes closed.
Yeah. I was trying, I don't know why. That's a weird thing why we do that when you're trying to think of something. You close your eyes as if you can visualize it like I'm Iron Man or something and I'm counting. And yes, so there's 10 different styles. Like I said, 8 5950s and 2 940 A-frames. And yes, those will be available on Thursday, 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Hat Club Online and the app. So,
and in a few stores apparently, except for Great Mall. Sorry.
Yeah. Sauce Scott Press with actually a good question. He said, "What size will the t-shirts go up to?" I think 2X.
2X. Yeah.
2X? Okay. So yes. So 2X on the sizing, and these are these men's sizes? I feel are these
these are men's sizes, 100%.
Okay. So
we don't have any women's specific cut or anything like that. So it's all men's sizes.
Yeah. So ladies, just keep that in mind, that the sizes that you guys see that are loaded up are men's sizes. So if you do want to buy something for yourself, definitely look on more of the small. Will we have extra small or will it just be small?
No, just small.
Okay, just small. Okay, so the smallest we'll have is small and the largest we'll have is 2X. Freddie or anyone, AB, make sure to keep us honest if we do in fact have extra smalls. But to this point, I haven't seen that or haven't heard about that.
Yeah. And I mean, to my knowledge, they're not oversized. But I can say, I mean, because this one in my hand is a medium. I mean, actually,
yeah. I mean, I think
maybe you might want to go down a size. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like no, they're not Shackleware CG. I know what you're asking from a perspective of Ben has just a t-shirt company we've never talked about, or he's never talked about his controlling stake in Shackleware at all. But
that's right.
In all seriousness, no, the shirts are not like that GSM weight. They're not that heavy, but they're still a good, decent weight. Like I said, I will say that the puff print that's on the back of the shirt kind of helps it retain its form. So if you were to hold it up, it does feel a little bit boxy. So there's a lot more roomy in the shoulder area. That's why I said if you go true to size, you'll still be fine. The only thing is as you start to go up, the length of the shirt will get longer. So like I said, for mine, I kind of found a length I wanted and then I cropped it, and it's been pretty good for me. But I'd say go true to size so the shirt actually fits you in the shoulders the way that you want. You can always crop length as you need to. But that's just
and that's why I said I'm between a large and an XL, and it's for this one I would definitely go with the large.
Oh, Pop Guy comparing it to the reflective pack gear. So he says, are the shirts the same fit as the reflective pack?
I feel like the reflective pack shirts were a little bit thinner.
Okay. Okay.
But
I don't
I'll
have
be
one.
honest. I'll be dead honest. I only held one reflective pack shirt in hand, and that was when I was in LA, 2 weekends ago? And we did one. We gave one away as far as a raffle.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. I didn't give much thought to it. Just I looked at it and handed it off to the winner. That was about it. So I really don't know.
Yeah, I would definitely say for this one, we're saying, the puff print on the back really kind of gives it its structure. So it's definitely not a light, and people will know what I'm talking about when I say this, like almost like those shirts that are very breathable, like the almost very, very light. It almost feels like compression material, but it's not really compression material. It's just like a very, very light cotton blend. It's not like that. It's not shock aware weight, but it's not the other extreme either as far as too thin. It's pretty solid. Cattle shorts would have went crazy. Mesh basketball shorts, that would have been interesting. I'm interested if Freddie thought about that. I feel like he did. I feel like he has. Who's to say that maybe GWPs this year could be that? Or
I was gonna say we have talked a little bit about GWPs, especially what kind of crazy shit we're gonna come up with for later in the year. And I gotta say, some of the ideas that I've heard, I'm not gonna share any. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
That I've heard are very interesting.
Yeah, I think that for like the season, I think it would be interesting, and then that's just the whole other thing. CG. So, what's funny about your question is I thought about that just because of like when we had the Melrose store open up, there were apparel pieces that came out with that. NoHo has had its own specific apparel that's released, collaborations with Frico Rico, and others. So I think that there's definitely something to be said. Bond Street Ball, I know had some apparel as well. Just like we've had some things for Pink Bottom Month, like we did the socks last year.
We had that J-Tips clothing line for a bit too.
Yeah, so it's like, and I know that the Hat Club LA store has done some stuff with Pro Club, on an occasion, or I've seen some synergies there with creatives. So I like how Hat Club does apparel. I don't know if standing apparel would, and this is just my own opinion, not because I've said this view to anyone. I like the fact that some of our apparel is very specific to a theme or a thing that's shared amongst like hats or stuff that we do. I think that makes it unique. Like with the t-shirts for this pack, I think it made it really unique. To where you can wear it you can wear the hat with the t-shirt, but you don't have to. And it's just a conversation starter. Like if you're in line and you're camping out for a dropout in LA and you have the t-shirt on, that's an immediate conversation starter, which I think pieces like that are supposed to be.
Main event asked, no trivia for invoices. You can blame that one on me. I forgot to put something together.
Yeah.
I was slammed with trying to get some projects done before I leave for Arizona Wednesday. So it's just like, it wasn't on my mind. I'm sorry for that.
To be fair, main events though, I would say that because from what Ben is saying, and I think AB has kind of confirmed this too, stock on this is pretty healthy. So I know a lot of you guys may have been shell shocked from the first time that this dropped and how quickly it went. I think just with the number of teams, the addition of other styles as well, I think this is one of those. It'll be something for everybody this go around.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say, plus we got about 30 seconds left in the show. I honestly didn't think we were gonna go over an hour this week, and then now here we're coming up on 90 minutes. Like shit, man.
Yeah, listen, I
got stuff I still got to do tonight. My God,
time flies when we're talking about movies of hats. Okay, I'm done.
Movie.
So, but no, guys. I know this was a big show for you guys. We appreciate y'all hanging out with us. We had almost 100 and something simultaneous viewers on IG, and I'm sure you guys have been tapped in because the cattle pack was coming this week. So, appreciate you guys for hanging out with us as always. Definitely get lasso yourself some good hats this upcoming week. Because we did recap today, it goes without saying there will be no recap Wednesday. But if you want to just see our smiling faces, as Ben says, you can always tap in with us on our Twitch channel and YouTube.
I was gonna say I'll still be doing Flip the Script with Indiana Jones tomorrow night. So I think we're down to 2 more episodes, and I'm finally done with that game. So yeah.
Listen, so if you're getting your fix, if you need more fix of Hat Club showing and programming, we got you covered.
And I may or may not have a trimmed beard tomorrow. I'm still debating on that. So it looks hideous right now. Not gonna lie.
It's all good, man. You know what? It's telling. It's giving, elder statesmen, I have wise things to say if you ask me questions.
Well, I mean, it's not so much that, I mean, it's just because it's got weird little patches growing longer than others, and it's like I just need to maintain it. So usually only would do that is I got to go a little bit shorter with it. So
I got you. And IG with a very good game suggestion for you, Ben. They said do a Red Dead Redemption stream, which would be fitting.
A lot of people were saying that, and we'll talk about it. We will definitely talk about it. I don't know. I just think going back to sports games might be the right move. Well, especially with the NBA playoffs kicking off this next weekend, NHL playoffs kicking off. So might be the time to really get back into what Flip the Script was all about. So
yeah. How to join Discord. Yeah, how to join Discord. So H-Town Boy 87, tap in with Flashfire. If you'd have the app downloaded, you can search for the Hat Club Discord and then join from there and become a part of the larger community. I'm bad. I've been doing bad. I need to jump back in Discord and do more answering of questions. So if you do join H-Town, say hi, and I will say hi back. I promise.
Oh, Asher Basher, you're a sweetheart.
Yeah. But yeah, as always, guys, we appreciate y'all for hanging out and letting us hang with you guys on the Hat Club Ranch where we showed off cattle prep this week. But until next week, stay safe. Happy hunting.
Time to wander off in that old sunset, as they say. So
yeah. See you later, cowpokes. Till next week. We are out of here.
Take care, guys.
Bye.